Hello, you wonderful people. It is your girl, LaCourtney Maddox, aka L Danielle on Facebook, aka Mrs. Maddox Motivations, coming at you from my home office where I'm currently chilling. And today we are going to continue on with our self-care theme, with the topic tonight being on discipline. Mhm. I'm currently sipping some orange infused water. It is so good. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. What is discipline? The practice of training to obey rules or a code of behavior. Okay, so practice and training are two things that stood out to me instantly when I read this. So when we practice something, obviously that means we're going to keep doing it, repetitively so we can get better at it. And then training. Train means to work your mind or your body or whatever it is to achieve a goal that you have not yet achieved, to reach a goal that you're working towards. So it's a practice, right? So let's talk about what discipline promotes as it pertains to self-care. So number one, responsibility. We need to be responsible, especially in times like this with all of this foolishness going on. We need to try to be as responsible for ourselves as possible. Number two, accountability. Accountability means being held accountable or being held responsible for your actions or lack thereof. And we'll jump more into that. And then the last one is increased self-awareness and confidence. Okay, so let's jump into it. With responsibility, when we practice discipline, right? It's a practice. It's training ourselves. When we do that, it promotes responsibility, self-responsibility. So this is self-reliance, and also it's a way to build your trust within yourself. If you are able to go ahead and be proactive for things you want, whether it's on your job or at home in your life, then this is going to make you appear to be a responsible person. That means you're trustworthy and you can get things done. You don't have to have um, someone doing this to you. It's a way to build it for yourself. So discipline, again, is training yourself to get in the habit of doing things that need to be done. So it promotes responsibility. Next, accountability. With that, it's self-correction. And the more we are able to self-correct, the better we are able to be accountable for ourselves, our responsibilities, and then ultimately this develops our discernment. Discernment is basically being able to understand things coming into a situation and knowing what's good for you and what's not good for you and the best way to navigate those situations. So the more that we practice our discipline, self-discipline, and the more we're taking responsibility, taking initiative, and then also being accountable for ourselves, the more we develop trust in ourselves, and then we also are developing our discernment or our awareness. And a lot of that comes with, again, just becoming aware of who you are, what you like, what you don't like, um, you know, what you're responsible for, how to get those things done, and where you can, spend time, but also where you need to pull back. So it's a lot of self-awareness, getting to know thyself. Okay, the last one, increased self-awareness and confidence. So again, this is learning how to trust yourself. When you can be responsible and accountable for yourself, you're learning how to put trust in yourself and you're not seeking outside validation. We talked a little bit about that in some of our previous videos about how when we are focusing on self-care, a lot of times we're so used to getting guidance from outside forces or people or just situations, even for simple things, like, should I do this, should I wear this today, or should I change my hair like this, or whatever it is. It could be anything. The more you practice self-discipline, the more you are learning to trust yourself, and ultimately that is going to increase your self-confidence. So with all of these things, it's about discipline. Having self-discipline is about training your own mind and programming your own behaviors. Programming your own behaviors. So not waiting on something outside of you or someone outside of you to say, hey, you need to do this or you should do that. No, you are now developing so much self-awareness that you're increasing your discernment, your responsibility, and your accountability, and you're learning how to do it for you. And that just, it just cuts out all the middle people. Like, I don't need you to tell me what to do. Like, I got it. Not saying be foolish and you don't have to listen to people. It's good to get counsel from folks. But when we practice this and we have discipline, we're learning ultimately how to trust ourselves. You know, this is going to decrease our stress levels and our symptoms of anxiety and things like that. So it is a good practice to have. Again, it promotes balance. So think of it this way. If you could have all the fun in the world, right? You can do anything and everything you want to do for as long as you want. I'm pretty sure most of us would get tired of that. And why would we get tired of that? Like someone might say, oh, well, if I could have this and have that and have everything I want and anything and everything when I want it, like this, like that, that would be the life. Yeah, that would probably be the life for a good, cool week or two or a month, maybe even a year. But after a while, it's gonna get boring. And the reason why it's gonna get boring is because guess what? We're humans. Humans like challenges. Think about a child. Think about a child. Just think about children. Children don't like being told no, right? They don't like it. But if they're doing something and testing the waters, they're gonna think about a toddler. They're gonna look back at mom or look back at dad and be like, they're looking for validation to see if that's okay. You know, they're looking for the guidelines, the barriers, the boundaries, like how far is too far, where do I stop? They're looking for that. And as we grow up, humans, adults, we want that too. We don't want to just be given everything under the sun. I mean, maybe in high times of stress, it's like, just give me $1 million freaking dollars already and like life will be grand. Yeah, it would, to get you out of that situation. But as far as that being a lifestyle and you living like that, that would get so boring. We like challenges, whether we will admit that or not. We like to work toward things. So it's about balance, being able to hold yourself accountable and be responsible. Also, it doesn't require a lot of effort. When we set goals, sometimes we become overwhelmed with the outcome. Like, okay, that just seems like it's so far in the future. I can't attain that. That's too much work. Okay, it's probably a lot of work right now if you're trying to do it all in a day. But if you break it up little by little, you'll get there. You got to take steps. Like, again, the definition is a practice of training. This has got to be a regularly scheduled type of thing that you do. So with that being said, in what area of your life do you desire more discipline? And remember, you can't eat an elephant in a day. I don't know where that expression came from, but it's maybe I'm saying it wrong. It's something like that. If you're going to eat an elephant, you got to take it piece by piece by piece. Who can eat an elephant? Well, I'm pretty sure it's possible if you cut it down piece by piece. It might take you a while. But just look at it like, as long as you're taking the necessary steps to reach the goal that you want, you'll get there. You will get there. It doesn't mean that you won't have setbacks, but you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be responsible, and you have to just learn how to trust yourself and just keep at it. So don't get overwhelmed. Just put simple things in place, like getting up first thing in the morning and making your bed. For me, for years, that was the hardest thing. I don't know why, but it was like the hardest thing. Like, I don't want to make the bed. But when you do it, it doesn't take long, and then it's done. It's done. The rest of the day can do what it needs to do because you don't have to worry about the bed. It's already made. That's just one simple thing. So again, what's something that you desire to have more discipline in? Take some time to think about that and continue to work at it to develop your self-care routine. If you have if you are looking for more resources on self-care, coping skills, things like that, feel free to visit me at maddoxmotivations.com. You can visit me on YouTube, Maddox Motivations LLC. You can check me out on Facebook, L Danielle or LaCourtney Maddox on Facebook. And then also the business page is Maddox Motivations on Facebook as well. LinkedIn, LaCourtney Maddox. I'll put all of that in the description below. And if you or someone you know would like more information or a free consultation with me to discuss your needs, feel free to reach out to me, to send me an email, maddoxmotivations@gmail.com. Or you can go to the website and for more information, and I would love to schedule a free consultation with you. And you can check out some more cool resources and videos. And until then, I will catch you guys on the next one.